Mayfield on first down, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown! Ibuka with his second of the game. "25 yards from Mayfield to the rookie.
Ibuka one-on-one with Mike Hughes. Baker Mayfield with the ball placement. How many times did I say that today? The ball
This is a 60-yard attempt. It would be a new career long for Boswell. For the lead, sweeps the leg, 60-yarder. He's got it. Pittsburgh goes in front with 1:03 on the clock. Fields on fourth down. Steps up. Fields delivers. Catch made. And the ball is jarred loose. Garrett Wilson could not secure it. And Jalen Ramsey has slammed the door shut.
90 seconds to play as he gets the snap. Flacco juggled, intercepted. DJ Turner off the deflection takes it away for Cincinnati and takes away the opportunity for the Cleveland Browns.
Turner being there, and again, you know, ball disruption. That's the one thing that Al Golden preaches to his guys. And you've got a weakness with the Cleveland Browns, right? They were minus 22 in turnover ratio last year. You know,
they're in the red zone now. And a give to J.K. Dobbins. And he breaks a tackle and has a Denver touchdown.
However I can, because I'm going for the win.
He swinged out into the end zone, wasn't open. Purdy keeping it alive. Brock Purdy lofts one. It is Tonjes. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jake Tonjes, who had never caught a pass in the NFL, has caught 3 today, including the go-ahead touchdown with 1:34 left.
Wow. Your technique is get your eyes and your hands on the nearest receiver and stick to him. He kind of loses track of Tonjes and
Got it spread out. Only 2 Ravens pursuing, and Allen throws deflected and caught by Coleman on the tip for 6. And the Bills remain alive. He was doing, and when he got here, once the minicamp started, he came back with ability, maturity. Baltimore brings some pressure, and Allen throws. It's caught on the run. Coleman, Keon Coleman tripped up at the 9-yard line. Timeout, Ravens.
They've been on the losing end the last 3 possessions. Thielen in motion. McCarthy keeps. He's got it. And forces his way into the end zone. Touchdown. They sure did. I mean, collectively. The defense did, the offense did, the coaching staff, everybody to get themselves in this position right now. You can't say enough about J.J. McCarthy. I mean, things were not going well at all.
Patterson to Gibson, who gets a running start on that catch. Gibson across the 30. Antonio Gibson still going. Can he return the favor? Down the sideline. You gotta be kidding me. Back to back. A 90-yard touchdown.
A sneak again over the top. Touchdown, Bengals. They have the lead with 18 seconds left.
We said the sneak didn't work. He needs someone to push him. And look at Drew Sample behind. Launch his quarterback over the line.
Aubrey, does he have enough? On the way. It is good. That's why they trusted him. Wow. Never a doubt. On to overtime.
wow.
Wilson. Deep ball. Oh boy, threw it up for grabs and it's intercepted. Donovan Wilson to try and win this thriller. Aubrey got it into overtime and now wins it. What a ball game. Cowboys in OT.
Dallas for the win. Spencer Schrager. It's good, and the Colts have won.
Pressure off the edge. Mayfield steps through. And he's tripped up with a first down by Gardner Johnson. To'o couldn't bring him down, and Baker Mayfield gets the big first down. Second down and 2. Irving. Alshire cannot make the stop. Irving still rolling down inside the 25.
Outside to Shakir. Inside the 10. Shakir all the way in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
On the right hash, Daniel Whelan the hold. The kick is blocked. It is blocked. The Browns get the swat and turn the Packers away.
It was penalties. And it was special teams. The big hand inside, number 93.
Shelby
Harris gets the block.
Good snap. Good hold. The kick is on the way. The kick is good. The kick is good. And Andre Schmidt from 55 to give the Browns a 13-10 win.
Lawrence protected. Lawrence delivers a strike. Thomas.
A secondary bust, and to give Jacksonville their biggest play of the game.
ETN, and he's in for the Jacksonville touchdown.
Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time Jordan Davis. The big man looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
How fast he just ran with the ball, but
he wouldn't have run that fast last year or the year before. He dropped a bunch of weight, said he feels night and day different this year, the way that he's moving. We saw him run down Matt Stafford earlier for a big third down stop. And then he gallops free right here. It didn't matter even if somebody was trying to catch him. I'm not sure they would have.
From 36, this is for the win. McLaughlin's kick is right down the middle.
Second down and 6. Herbert to the air. Pipkins the block at the right tackle. Got away from Allen. Herbert alive and the throw. Caught. Touchdown! Touchdown! Allen! What a play!
Kyler Murray scrambling around, getting back to the line of scrimmage is okay.
They are going to throw it. Murray wants it all, and it is incomplete. Zay Jones could not hold on, and Upton Stout, the rookie, delivers the blow to force fourth down.
That's exactly why, if you go safe there and force him to throw the ball.
Trying to do what he's done a half dozen times before and win the game with his leg. Sweeps it, delivers it, and San Francisco is in first place. They win it at the Horn.
From 52, the kick wobbles, but makes it through. And the Seahawks win it at the gun.
What a job with the pressure on, with the snap, the hold, and the kick. Like you said, it leaked a little bit, but stays inside. And let's not forget the kickoff landing zone infraction that put the ball at the 40-yard line.
So everything, if you're Pittsburgh, everything underneath, short, inside the numbers.
When stepping up over the middle, it's broken up. Deshaun Elliott knocks it away and seals the deal for the Steelers. Stafford, 49 game-winning drives in his career. Trying to start one here, and he's got Atwell all alone. 2-2 Atwell, and it's 2-2 goodbye. One play, 88 yards, and 2-2 takes it for 6.
And you can see right here, he just clicks his heels together. It's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, Kevin, except he's not going home, he's going to the ground.
Well, Atwell's going home. He handled the home part. 88 yards for the touchdown. And just like that, Matthew Stafford, 375 yards passing and 3 scores.
Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable. First blocked field goal for the Chicago Bears since.
Williams, can he get in? They signal that with the ball coming out, and it goes the other way, and the call is a fumble in San Francisco ball. Wow. That is unbelievable.
I think he got it out of there. He'll come from our left. You'll see a big hand come in right there. Knock that ball. That is a fumble, and the big fella, the rookie out of Texas, makes maybe the play of the game.
This is going to be a 41-yard attempt. He's made 3 of 3 tonight, and this one is off the upright and through. He doinks one for the lead.
Oh, a game of inches.
To try to tie it or win it. Yep. On the ground. Does he make it? It doesn't look like it. Now the ball is out. When did it come out? The 49ers think they have stopped him short. They're already on the field. They're already celebrating. And that could be Marquise Siegel, the rookie, who's involved in that one, and Stafford can only come to the sideline and go, I can't believe it.
Trying to get to the 10-yard line. Fred Warner comes in, Chase Lucas comes in, 26, and then that hit right there assures the Niners victory. One more look. Winnington in there trying to get a push. Nakua. But I'll tell you, the Niners, what a fitting play. They took the fight to the Rams on that last play. And Saleh's got to be fired up, and he clearly is. What an effort by that defense.
All night long. John Lynch as well. I mean, the 49ers came in as the walking wounded.
You need a Myles Garrett. It's Brown's defense to step up, make one of these game-changing plays.
Wentz, 2nd and 5. Addison, he's got it! Touchdown!
What a throw. What a throw. What a drive. What a throw. And Addison is the one making it.
Panthers down by 4. Closing into the 2-minute timeout. Bryce Young. Got his man! Touchdown! Mitchell Evans! And the Panthers take the lead.
Denver's longest play of the day, 34 yards. Back they go to Ingram, balanced and dives. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram.
Everything. Does he get in? Yes, he's in for sure. Wow, that is stunning.
Clock running inside of 5 minutes. Ward goes through his progressions. Everyone covered, slings it back. It's deflected and picked. Taylor Demerson, and then the football came out. Who recovers? Tennessee for the touchdown in a crazy sequence. Tyler Lockett, the recovery, unreal.
You know what? You see things that you've never seen before if you hang around long enough. We call this an ABA play. A, offense has the football originally. B, recovers or intercepts. Finish.
Right now, Ward is able to set his feet and throw the ball on time.
Ward puts some air under it. Up the sideline. Ridley. Cam Ward on the money. Pecker the holder. Morgan Cox the long snapper. The kick from Sly is good. And the Tennessee Titans end their 10-game losing streak and finally get their first win of the season here in Week 5.
Understand and believe how Tennessee was able to climb back in this football game when they looked dead in the water. Just unbelievable. And this is a huge, huge win for Brian Callahan and the Tennessee Titans.
The back is White. Mayfield to the air. Worth the block. Buying time into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown. It's Shepard. Sterling Shepard catches it. Second down and 1. There's the pressure. Here's the pressure. Winfield had it. He throws an interception. It's picked off. It's picked off by Levante David.
He's getting pressured. Let's see on this throw here. If it ricochets off a helmet, it does. That changes the flight of the ball.
Of Logan Hall.
And Levante David.
Lawrence for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it in. Catch is made. And the first of the second half for Brian Thomas Jr. Tonight, it's 1st and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
But I remind you, this is not over.
I also remind you that a kickoff out of bounds put the ball at the 40 to start this drive. They got the call in the end zone on the pass interference on Chamari Connor. And then Trevor Lawrence is able to take it in after falling down, getting stepped on, in one of the more exciting 1-yard touchdown runs you'll ever see.
No, there's no kidding about that.
From the 44 of the Broncos, Fields surveys, fires. It is incomplete. It looked like Wilson had it until Hufanga knocked it away.
Allowing Hufanga to make the break and knock the football away. Almost a great catch by Garrett Wilson.
Minute 14 to go. This is essentially the game as the Jets are out of timeouts. Fields avoids the sack until he can't. Jonathan Cooper, the first in.
2nd and goal. Toss play, Taylor to the edge, to the end zone. The Colts take the lead in the 4th.
Pressure coming again. Herbert in trouble. Herbert keeps it alive. Completes it to McConkey, who stops at a dime. There he goes. McConkey inside the 20. How did Herbert do it?
Andrew, you asked how he did it. Look at the strength of Herbert to shake off Phillips. And then you know what else did it? The lad did it. Look at that move inside, understanding, and what
They just got it away, and it's Swift with a catch, and still going. DeAndre Swift veers into the end zone.
Flacco down the sideline, caught, and sliding to a stop at the 6 is Higgins. Brilliant, just brilliant.
1st and 10 from their 23, and no timeouts. Nix, long, down the middle, and caught it at the 48-yard line and grabbed by Mims. It's a 1st and 5. Nix, and caught by Sutton.
got it on the side. Newman was there. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he is in for a Packers touchdown, his second today.
It was the right shoulder that they're looking at as they took a closer look at him, and that just adds to the intrigue here down the stretch. Hall, boy, thought about it, now tosses to the end zone, and he's got Taylor for the Jets touchdown.
I cannot believe that Hall threw this football, and then Taylor, he just head tops. Is that Turner? He just goes over the top. There's no doubt that the Jets will have safety help.
Day comes down to this for the Bengals. 4th and 9. Flacco protected. Flacco's pass incomplete. And the Jets are going to do it here in Cincinnati.
More than 2 plays and get your field goal unit on the field if this ball is completed or the clock is running.
Williams slings it. Williams. Loveland bangs off his man. He's going to score.
Home.
Colston Loveland in a jaw-dropper. 58 yards on the catch and run from the rookie.
But in my mind, in that situation, he is playing too deep, so he can't close on the football. I love what Williams did. Boy, when he had to make a play, he had a big-time scramble.
Trying to win at Lambeau. Hold is down. The kick is up. Into the win. It is good! Ryan Fitzgerald delivers. And the Panthers, a 2-touchdown underdog, come into Lambeau and pull off the upset.
Wow.
Nix. Pressure comes. He runs. There's room to run. Look at the real estate for Bo Nix, and out of bounds at the Houston 36.
On 4th and goal, reaching across, touchdown! Trevor Lawrence. The Jags have the lead in overtime.
And watch this over the top, take a little bit of a drop step, get that ball, remember.
For the Geno Smith for the win, knocked away. And the Jags defense, Devon Hamilton, swats it away to secure a 1-point win on the road.
Right back to Taylor with Warren blocking. Touchdown Taylor! An appropriate finish in Berlin, Germany. It's Taylor's game, and the Colts win in overtime.
On a windy day here.
2nd down, a fake, a boot. Williams running. Caleb Williams into the end zone. Did he stay in bounds?
No, you've said it 5 times. It hasn't always looked perfect. The defense has some questions.
Davis Mills.
What a rush, Walker.
Steps up. He's going to run. Mills looking for the pylon. He's got the angle. Touchdown, Texans.
See everybody protecting the perimeter out here.
Lawrence. He's sacked, and it's over. Will Anderson Jr. gets there. The ball pops in the air, and Rankins takes it the distance. What a way to end it. And their defense puts the final cherry on top of the sundae.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Only fitting that the defense ends it for the Houston Texans. They protected the sideline. Will Anderson gets home.
On the outside run. That time, they went 7 yards backwards.
Well done by Devin Bush, their second leading tackler. Fields, boy, hit on the release, gets it out to Hall. Hall, open real estate. Hall, touchdown. No flags. 42 yards from Breece Hall.
It's Jacobs. Flag flies. Jacobs is brought down. And the ball was out. Jalen Phillips made the tackle, and we'll see.
To be a Commanders fan now.
Mariota pumps fake, throws, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Jack Jones. On the first play from scrimmage in overtime.
Talking to Lewis, the left guard. And Bryce Young rips it this side. It's caught by Tremble, who turns upfield. Tremble breaks away. Tommy Tremble inside the 15. That is a nasty catch and run. From 28. And Carolina has won.
They're playing intermediate right now. Here's Winston. Loading up. Gotta hurry. Hit from behind. Ball is out. And this game is over. And Micah Parsons finally gets home.
That is Andrews under center on 4th and 1. Andrews spinning away, and there he goes. Andrews all the way. Touchdown. What a call by the Ravens!
Charles, Todd Monken is in his bag, is what the young kids would say. And John Harbaugh said to us, you always have to reinvent yourself. So we talked about their struggles on short yardage. A week ago, Mark Andrews gets out.
Lutz coming out for a 54-yarder.
I will admit, those 2 or 3 yards do matter.
It makes a big difference. 54 for Lutz to tie the game. He does.
He's deciding whether to run. They're inviting the run here, but don't do it.
Here's Nix on 2nd and 8. Going for a big throw, and it's caught by Franklin. And the Broncos are set up now to win the game. 35 yards, Will Lutz. He's already made 4 today. Lutz in the clutch, and the Broncos have won it.
Now they bring Shakir back into the backfield. Flare him out. Allen throws off his back foot. Short, picked at the 9-yard line. Bullock. Are they going to call it? He's a flag down on the play at the 11-yard line.
Clock is ticking. They need 6 yards. Rudolph throws, and it's tipped to the line of scrimmage. It's over. The Bears defense comes through.
Way up in the air and gets a hand on it.
And then that time, Zaire Barnes, he had man coverage as well, forcing down the 4th down.
So here's Bates from 59. It is good.
And I don't see him on the sideline, so I'm going to keep watching that.
Here's Gibbs on 1st down. Jahmyr Gibbs across midfield. One man to beat. Inside the 20, the 10. Touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. In overtime. Remember, the Giants will have an opportunity. Gibbs takes it 69 yards.
Needs 7 for a 1st down.
Super early, but you got to be all over everything.
It's a blitz. Stepping up and heaving it, and Worthy makes the catch, and they're in field goal range.
We're going with a 4-man rush and zone behind it.
Brissett from the gun. Brissett going to put some air under it. Deep down the field, incomplete. Looking for Weaver. And the Jacksonville Jaguars survive in overtime.
Prescott has some time. Loading up. Going deep. Pickens. He's got it. Oh, come on. Prescott thinking about running. Is he going to get there? Gets a block. Prescott flies in. Touchdown. Aubrey up, and he's got it! The Cowboys win.
2 for 2 today is Carolina. On this crucial 4th down, Young, McMillan, got it! Touchdown, Panthers lead!
Shotgun for Stroud. Fake it, and then give it to Collins. Looking to turn it upfield. He will for the touchdown! On the ground, Nico Collins hits pay dirt. Texans go back in front.
From the right hash, from 56 yards out, his career long is 58. And Folk's kick is good. He's a folk hero at MetLife Stadium. A game-winning 56-yard field goal for the New York Jets.
On that 4th down earlier this quarter. On 4th and 2, over the middle, incomplete. He wanted Wilson. Dennis was there. The ball falls to the turf, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I mean, there was an opportunity for him to shut that down and just kind of find that soft spot.
Washington for the win. Mariota has it rejected by Benito, and Denver has won 9 in a row.
Benito's long arms.
Oh, he gets up too, and as you said, Chris, that's the 86th snap of the night. Benito's been on the field for so many of them.
And Shuck's got a 1st and 10 at the 13. Again, the new right tackle is Sherman. Shuck. Oh, here they come up the middle. He got away from one. He got away from Vea. Here he goes.
No way.
Touchdown! His 2nd touchdown run today. Shuck from 13.
On the fake. Williams looking, throwing. It is intercepted. Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it.
In coverage on Kmet, underthrown, and Nixon makes
Longest attempt of the night. He's got another. Just automatic.
Excellent job. He gets away with it, doesn't use his hands. It was perfectly executed.
Hurts keeps, throws, batted up and picked off. Intercepted. And the Chargers win the ball game.
And here's that final play. Well, watch Cam Hart. It's the zone coverage, so he's got eyes on Hurts. He sees the throw. He falls back underneath it, gets his hands on it, and then the interception. But it's so much of what the Chargers have been able to do with their zone looks has given them an advantage in some of these situations, and Cam Hart comes up.
Got to get to the 43. Cousins throws, reaching up is Sills. Got it. And the kick is just inside the left upright. And there's a little celebrating going on in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. And through.
It's a football thing.
2nd and 1.
Love being called a sick.
On a give, Cook slices through, and he takes it in for the touchdown. A silencer from Cook.
The hold of Michael Dixon. Myers, kick on the way, and it is good! Myers delivers! Rivers down the middle of the field, and it is intercepted! Deflected and picked off by Kobe Bryant!
Play clock at 3. Rolling left. Throwing back the other way. He's got a man. Caught. Barner. Touchdown. 26 yards. Does he go that way? 3 receivers to the left. Quick throw here and into a lot of traffic and incomplete. Man, there was a whole traffic jam on the left side.
And I'll tell you what, we were so focused on is it a lateral or is it not? Let's not forget the hustle by Zach Charbonnet to have the presence of mind just to go over to pick the ball up in the end zone.
Just pick it up, right?
Because if that ball rolls dead, it's a moot point.
That's all it took. Darnold, play fake, looks, throws, caught! Smith and Jigba. Now comes the drama. Barner in motion. Darnold throws, caught for the 2 points. Eric Saubert. They throw to a guy who hadn't made a catch or was targeted all night long. What a game.
Williams, pressure, throwing, corner has a man. It is caught! Touchdown! Jazay Walker! Unbelievable!
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all! It is caught! Bears win it! DJ Moore!
10 A-plus throw for Caleb Williams. He knew it when he let it go. That ball's in the air a long time. He's thinking, go get it, DJ. Go track it down.
Mayfield throws, and it's intercepted. It's a takeaway for the Carolina Panthers. Lathan Ransom, the rookie.
The 21, Stevenson bouncing outside. Ramondre Stevenson with a block by Williams to the end zone. The Patriots take the lead. Touchdown, New England. Use check in motion. Still Purdy with a clean pocket. It's complete. It's Jawan Jennings to the pylon. Touchdown! The Niners take the lead.
He got it. Split the uprights. And the Falcons back on top by 3. With 21 seconds left.
With too much space between the ball carrier and the defender.
Down the sideline, and it's broken up by Terrell. No time left on the clock, and the Falcons win it by 3.
Good snap, good hold, nearly blocked. It is good, but there is a flag.
I think that's going to stand, Tom, for hopping the center there.
It was a hop. It was a hop, skip, and a jump.
But for the drama, we will see.
It was Miles Murphy who hopped the center.
You can hop, you can't leverage, you can't push off on anybody.
That looks like it's going to do it. Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns.
There is no foul on the play. The field goal is good.
20-18. The Browns have knocked off the Bengals on a historic day.
5 seconds left. Snap it to Leonard. He's going to toss it underneath to Downs. He's going to chuck it behind him to Pittman. Throw it to Leonard. Trying to keep it alive. And the Texans have it. Trying to run with it for the score.
He didn't get it earlier. Togiai got his touchdown after all.
Togiai!
Wow! C.J. Stroud didn't give him the ball. He had to go get it himself.
A humongous human touchdown to end the regular season for Houston.
Oh, my goodness. 60 yards from Daniel Carlson for the late lead. Snap there. Carlson swings. Carlson has it!
Johnson, the fake. He'll run. He'll want to throw. He's going to get a touchdown. The Commanders have taken the lead. 1 yard touchdown run by 39-year-old quarterback Josh Johnson.
Rodgers protected. Throws to Austin for the touchdown!
First and 10 from the 19. Stafford going towards the end zone. Parkinson! What a catch! And a touchdown! Colby Parkinson!
They're in field goal range. They want to get 7. They can use the clock. Williams throwing, and it's caught for the touchdown by DJ Moore. Forget about the clock. Just take the lead when you can.
On first and goal. He's shoved across. They'll go ahead and take the touchdown. As again, Reggie Gilliam rides right behind him. And the Bills are back in front with a minute to go.
What a drive. Jacksonville smartly said, let them score. And then they let them score here. Don't actually see how they come out of there. They back out of it. That gives you the most.
You can see the yardage line to get to is at the 50. That would match his career long as 68-yard attempt. Ball's intercepted. The game is over as Cole Bishop gets it off the rebound.
Third and goal. Purdy, pressure, steps up. Oh, touchdown San Francisco. It's McCaffrey.
Coming after him all out.
They pick it up, and they go deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that? Jaquan McMillan.
The time they both get down there and you're defining firm possession, I think it's on McMillan. I mean, he's got it up top, but I thought he lost it as he was falling toward the ground there.
Has a chance to take his team to the championship game. Here it is on the way, and the Denver Broncos have won it in overtime.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. Command! He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again! Unbelievable!
So we're going to get motion out here because they're going to want to get the one-on-one against the 6'5" tight end, against the 5'11" Kobe Durant on the outside, and simply throw one up. But it wasn't there in time, but I have never seen anything like that. In all my days, I have never seen anything like that. That was as blind a throw, just knowing where your guy was, give him a chance, and there are probably only 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the NFL that could have made that throw with the fadeaway jumper all the way into the end zone.
And the Rams are looking for a push-off on Komet down here. As you saw Lake and Durant turn back around to the receivers, to the officials. As Williams was getting hit, put it up for grabs. And look at this look by Josiah Stewart. He's looking up at the screen. Hand fighting, hand fighting. Komet breaks away Terry McCauley. You say no pass interference.
No, absolutely not. They're just together, and all of a sudden he just releases and goes deep in the end zone.
Play 81 of the night for Chicago. From the 48, deep drop Williams. He's got time. Shot downfield in trouble. Is intercepted by Cam Curl. Curl goes over, makes the play.
Think faster than they want to, and they're moving it down the field.
Stafford pressured, got rid of it. Sideline Adams. Yes, a catch. Ruled a catch. Devontae on the sideline. Once he catches it, secure there. Wait, not yet. There. Terry McCauley, you think good? It's never been a thicker pressure moment to send the Rams to the championship game. Mavis from 42 online, and it's good. And the Los Angeles Rams go to the championship game with an overtime win in Chicago.